Welcome to the Rhythm Poetry Show. You gotta wake up, get in the know, get your mental right, plug in and flow. Despite all the setbacks, we on the go. Time to get away now. No other place to get it straight now. We on the up with rhythm and blues and hip hop artists, giving you the juice from the streets to the city and the market. They on it like the 10 o'clock news, and if you the reporter, they the inside scoop. Check out GB Soul, Mike Nice, and DJ Kurt Crazy. You gonna thank them now, cause them other spots ain't where to be. You'll see, you'll know, you'll hear when they blow. The Rhythm Poetry Show is a top-notch show, spinning the best in two genres, revealing hot spots on a rocker. They always burn it up consistently. Fire engines on standby religiously, cause the flow from Genesis to the end convicting me. And the way they speak get me up like black coffee. Life is mad crazy, but the show take you away, B. Something new will hit the mental. Clean slate they offer if you let them. This the hottest from east to west. Something to make you pump your fists and bob your head. This the hottest from east to west. Something to make you pump your fists and bob your head. The Rhythm Poetry Show be the best. Be the best. Be the best. Be the best. Be the best.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is a new year, 2024, and this is a new episode of Rhythm Poetry. We have a great guest for you today. We have James Brown, and he is an instrumentalist. He's a musician, and he wants to share his gift of music and tell us about his journey of musicianship. How you doing, James Brown? How's everything going?
I'm doing pretty good. Everything's going all right.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Sure.
So, I read that you are into keyboards, as I could see from the background. How did you get into keyboarding and music, making music?
Well, it happened, pretty much on day one. The first time I was exposed to a keyboard as a child, I fell in love with it instantly. And most kids like keyboards, and maybe it wears off over time. It didn't wear off for me. So I didn't have my own at first. And so one of our best friends across the street had one. And, so I was one of those friends that would come over all the time to play it. And like I said, it got a little old for him. So he just let me borrow it. I didn't ask to borrow it. And so, I was really happy with that. And I would always say, hey, whenever you're ready to get back, I'll get you back. And he would keep saying I could still hold on to it. And eventually, he just told me to keep it. And it went on from there. So that was a Yamaha keyboard.
So are you, preferably you like Yamaha? Because I know there's many different types of keyboards. Is that your favorite brand of making your music?
I don't have a preference. I started with the Yamaha, but my parents got me a more advanced keyboard, and that was a Casio. And so I was in love with the Casio because it just had, more features and more advanced. But I enjoy the features of both. They do have a different feel, different sound. But I don't have a preference.
Okay. Hey, do you feel like the quality of sounds and instruments on the keyboard, do you think that has to do with what type of keyboard you like or the functionality of it?
Yeah. I think that they do have a different flavor. My experience with the Yamaha and the experience with Casio, they do seem to have a difference. But difference is good. So if you get, both with the similar level of technology and features, when you have different tools, then you'll create different things without even trying. So
I know I heard a lot of your music, and you're very diverse when it comes to your sound. You have an eclectic sound. What do you think that derived from within you? Why you have such an eclectic sound?
Well, growing up in a household, mother and father, they were Christians, so we grew up listening to traditional gospel music. And then my oldest brother was hip hop fan, so I heard a lot of that too. And then my brother, older than me, so there's 3 boys, 1 girl. And so my second older brother, he listened to classical growing up. So it's kind of like we got all 3 of those dominant genres, and a lot of road trips, in the car, in Nissan, 6 of us. And we would rotate through all the music choices, the music, the rap, and the classical.
Oh, that's awesome. That is great.
Yeah, I derive from all 3 of those.
That's great.
Yeah. And I grew up in the church as well, so I'm sure I have that element in there as well. Mixture.
Oh, that's good. Well, what type of Christian music do you like? What type of gospel you like?
Well, I usually tend not to like contemporary. Not traditional. But there's an older CD by Ben Tankard that's traditional style gospel, and for some reason I like every track on that song. And it's usually not my genre of choice, but like B.B. Winans, like track like With All of My Heart, Oh Happy Day. So the consistent thing with those is it's the music that's really nice. So if the music's nice, then the words are fine with it. So as long as the music sounds good, then I usually like it. That's for anything, including gospel. I think of Trinity 5-7, God's Grace. Nice beat, nice singing. I like Sing Lord Sing. I can't remember which artist that was, but I like Rance Allen, Andre Crouch. I like the what's that, Interlude of Praise or Anthem of Praise with Richard Smallwood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much into gospel music myself, so that's why I asked.
Yeah. So the consistent thing I notice with the gospel songs I like is they're very musical. They're music. Yeah. So I know more. Other people are more into the words and the lyrics. I'm more into the instruments. Always.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all into all of it, though.
I got you.
So, when it comes to hip hop or rap music, what are artists that you like, and what are the artists that influence you? You feel?
I like J. Rue, the Damager.
Okay.
My favorite track with him is Come Clean.
Okay.
I love that beat.
I thought it would be Come Clean like so. Come Clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean that song Come Clean? Yeah, that song is really wild. Yeah. Come Clean. I actually saw David the Damager in my city. Real quick. I didn't even recognize it was him. Yeah, he's a good guy. Very humble.
Yeah. And all the time I didn't know that the lyrics in that song were positive. Mostly positive lyrics.
Oh yeah. I know one of my mentors in music, I shouldn't say this, but he had a problem with J. Rue the Damager. He said he don't know how to rock and roll enough. I think I mean, he's very lyrical. He's spiritual. He's talking about the streets on another level. So
Yeah,
I guess he couldn't really relate to that. You know. But it's funny that you say Jerry the Damager. You know, which is a legend in my book.
Oh yeah. I just thought that beat was so hot. I always imagined like that was like the beat of creation when God was making the world, and it's like he started spinning the record, and the record was like Saturn Drinks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but
let me think. I can't think of another name of this track. What's that? Dream by the game. The game. It's a beat called Dream.
Oh yeah, that's a good track. Yeah. Yeah, Dream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know that kind of beat. Victory.
Yeah.
Right. Another one is Victory by P Diddy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the instrumental is awesome. Actually, I listen to the instrumental sometimes. You get me hyped up. You know, when I'm going to work and do something, I listen to Victory instrumental. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that kind of instrumental. You want to come into boxing with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah. So it's those kind of tracks that really get my attention.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. For me, and it's funny that I have you on the show because I have been listening to a lot of instrumentals lately, and it's nice to have a instrumentalist, beat maker, a person that sometimes don't get the just due credit that they should have, because a lot of times performers are always using you on tracks, but you don't sometimes get your flowers get your flowers when it comes to making tracks that make these artists sound phenomenal.
But I mean, it kind of works both ways, right? Sometimes it's kind of.
Yes, it does.
So.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And also in Rhythm and Poetry show, I want to have the listeners to understand the different components of the music industry, different components when it comes to making music, and to putting together a song and the production wise and the instruments that go into the music that's being played. Who are the people that play the music? Who are the people who write the songs? Who the people are just being that creative, where they can express their emotions in a way and express their art in a way that's impactful. So, hats off to artists out there. That's what we all about. It's promoting people like yourself.
Thank you.
So, with your music, how are you marketing your music? How do you see your music as in the next 5 years? Or what are you hoping to accomplish when it comes to doing your music? Because it's very nice music.
I want to take it. I want to take it as far as it can go. Movies, commercials, inspirational, motivational speaking, poetry.
Okay.
All of that. Hip hop, singing. All of that. Everywhere it can go. The place I don't want to go is just in the negative. In the negative lyrics. I actually got an offer from the porn industry, and I was like, just make some money, but I don't think I'll sleep good tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll sleep good with that on my conscience. One
of the elders used to tell me, they said, all money is not good money. That's
you
me
told me that the other day.
as growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning. I said, all money. I mean, what does it matter? I mean, what does it matter? I mean, how does it matter? Money is money. You spend it, you spend it. But I guess it's with the money, you also attach yourself to the spirit of where it came from. So if it comes from a place where it's negative, then sometimes it can also direct negative energy towards you. So I understand that totally because, a lot of times when you obtain money by not doing the right thing or attain money, you think it's so fast. You get it like without any effort, basically, too much effort. A lot of times it leaves you faster. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like when you work hard for the money, it seems like it stays longer in your pocket.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, these days is a little different. I'm joking around.
Yeah, but like I said, I have a conscience, and I just won't forget it. Maybe I'll forgive myself, but I won't forget what I did, so I'd rather not go there, do the right thing, that I could just sleep good at night and not worry about it. So.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you dwell into jazz? And if so, what type of jazz you dwell into?
I like jazz that's kind of hip hop beat based. I do like.
Okay.
Yeah, so I may ask Siri to play some African jazz. Well.
Oh, I got you.
So I do like African jazz and hip hop jazz, but I like the Hispanic jazz. So I like the different various types. I prefer them not to have vocals in them. And I prefer fast paced, but yeah. So there are some gospel artists that I like to jazz on. I can't think of the names right now. They're old school, like from the '90s instrumentals.
Like Ben Tarkenton? Talking about Ben Tarkenton?
Is it Tanker?
Is it Ben Tarkenton?
No. I don't remember that name. I'm thinking Vance Allen.
Okay.
Vance Allen.
Well, he's a famous Christian jazz.
Yeah. Vance Allen.
He's a famous Christian jazz artist.
Yeah, I like his.
He makes some great music.
Yes. And who's the other one? Another one. Jeff Majors. I like his style. Those tracks as well. Yeah.
Really nice. I listen to a lot of jazz, and as you know, we have a show called Indigo Jazz, and I listen to a lot of it, especially while I'm working. Usually, I listen to a lot of jazz. Jazz is very soothing. Jazz is what I've been taught is the black classical music. It's the first black classical music. So I thought that was kind of cool because a lot of times people say that we don't have no grounding when it comes to classical music, but jazz is our classical music. So, and then some may argue with me with that because some people say that a lot of the great composers were of our diaspora. But I digress because, I wasn't there. But a lot of those songs that I listen, because I listen to classical music anyway, like Boston Pops and stuff like that. I watch shows like that. I love classical music. I used to play in a band, But it's good to have a person who's an instrumentalist, that can go across the board and make all types of genres of music. And that's cool.
Yeah, definitely the goal. All types of genres.
Yeah. So now, you ever heard of sync licensing?
No.
Well, see, licensing is when you can have your instrumentals and beats, you know, played in commercials and movies and stuff of that nature.
Okay.
Which is cool. Which is cool.
I thought I misheard you, but yes, I've definitely heard of that. Has some.
Yeah,
I've had some class.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I definitely.
Licensing is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a long coming dream that I've always had to finally get my music in the marketplace. Growing up, I was always afraid to link up with people because let's say they're like, oh, you make beats? Yeah, I make beats, and they would show me what they had, and I would hear their stuff, and it would just be so negative. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call them. You know what I mean? I wasn't mad at them, but it's like I don't want to go that out. I wait for my time. In the right place.
Well, we introducing to you. You have this introduction now. Excuse me. You have this introduction now to our listeners and our onlookers and our watchers. To investigate your music, and it's good to stretch out on your dreams, because I always tell people that you're giving your talent for a reason, for a purpose. So this is your purpose, and I'm glad that you're stepping out on faith and believing and trusting in your dream, because it's given to you. It's a gift. And one thing about a gift is a gift to give to others. And you just got to find out the right way to do it and how to promote it. And you're on the right track now, because you want to only do positive music, positive frequencies and vibrations. So that's a good thing. Good thing. Yeah. So, now I know you are an instrumentalist. Do you have a favorite instrumentalist? A person that just makes music without, just lyrics and stuff.
Well, I find myself listening to Nightmares on Wax on YouTube.
Okay. Who's the artist on that?
I don't even know. I haven't paid attention. When it comes to artists, I wouldn't pass for an American citizen. I don't know why I grew up that way. I just didn't keep up with who made what, and I'm still kind of that way now.
Yeah.
Being that way. But it has a lot of, hip hop instrumentals. And there's certain ones I really like on there. And I say, I want to make it be like that, inspiration. Yeah. So like classical, before I went blind, I used to love listening to classical walking around in the snow. Classical and the snow go so well together. If you haven't done that,
classical is beautiful.
You should walk around in the snow listening to classical music. It's another world. It's perfect.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. So that was something I did.
I love the streams and the woods and the the harps, the strings, the oboes, the wind instruments, and the brass instruments. They all come together to bring a amalgamation of just harmonies and good feelings and good vibes, and because it's like classical music. When you listen to it, you can feel it. Like every instruments that are making this music It's
Yeah.
being attached to this frequency. You can hear every sound. So that's why I love instrumentals as well. You know.
Yeah. It lets your mind, it lets your mind, brainstorm and think freely, right? It's like you decide what positive thoughts you have, And I'm not dissing the lyrics, I mean, there's a place for that too. But we're just talking about the place of
of course.
What instrumentals do for you, Yeah.
Right. Well, of course, I'm not dissing lyrics because I write lyrics, so I'm not dissing that. But a lot of times when I write lyrics, I don't want to listen to music with lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because now I've done it before now, but sometimes I just want to hear it, just hear what the music is telling me, hear the words,
Yeah.
Because that instrumentals and jazz and a lot of music without lyrics, they convey thought, and with thought you can have lyrics. With thought you can have pictures of what you're thinking with thought, and therefore those pictures can derive with you can derive lyrics from what you're thinking and what you're feeling,
Yep.
And and I think that's why a lot of people they say, I don't feel like listening to easy listening music. I love easy listening music. I love it, because it gets you in a frame of mind to create and be creative,
Yep. I mean, I think that's how
and I think
people.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying that
You
that's
said
how people.
That's how what?
People, just how you were saying that people create their lyrics. They gotta listen to the music first. A lot of people. You're not going to just write words to a song. You usually hear the music and then you read the words. The music comes first the words most of the time, I think.
Right.
How many people write a song with no music? Like, I just put these words together. Versus you hear music and then the words come.
Right. People don't sometimes understand when you have the gift of music how powerful you are. Because anything that can invoke thought can also invoke power. And people got to understand that what you're doing is a very spiritual, it's very spiritual in a way where you can touch lives, and music can harm and music can heal. The two dichotomies of what the vibes and frequencies of music. So, I mean, if you want to be positive, you want to heal, and music can heal. And I'm not saying that it can heal you, but it can put you on the pathway of totally healing in your body.
Sometimes I call it
the opposite.
Opposite.
What'd you say?
Sometimes I call it the healing part of music. I give it a name. I call it the Saul effect. Like I said, I grew up in the church, so you got David and King Saul, right? And King Saul was having some trouble, and they hired David to play that harp for strings, right? Calm it. You know what I mean? So I call it the Saul effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. You say music could soothe the savage beast. And they were not lying. But it's also it can invoke the negative aspect of pain, of sorrow, of anger, animosity. People just look at it like it's tongue in cheek, like it doesn't really have great relevance to it, oh, it's nothing. What he's saying about women or what he's saying about, drugs, or that's just something where it's fictional, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But it does um, be about a certain feeling, a certain thought, and when it brings a certain thought, that means it can bring a certain emotion. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're on that emotional roller coaster, then it can be very destructive in your life. So we all got to take this responsibility of what we do and what we put out there as creatives, as musicians, as artists, as poets, as singers, songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't want to take the credit. A lot of people don't want to. They want to say, "Oh, it's entertainment." Yeah, but what are you entertaining with? Are you entertaining with negativity, or are you entertaining with healing aspects, healing prowess of your music? And
Yep.
and I get that with your music. Your music is about healing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's laid back. I love it. It's very laid back, and tell me more about your music. How do you get these rhythms and tempos and synths and um,
Well,
the melodies that you have?
they they kind of feel like they just build themselves. I don't hear it ahead of time. I do play by ear, and I commonly just start with a drum beat. And if I like the drum beat, it seems like the instruments just come to play on their own. Um, I usually start with a drum beat and a bass line, and I go straight to piano um, or a brass instrument or a string. Um, and, I may get a melody in 4 measures or 8 measures or a little longer than that. And just keep building
Okay.
in 4 to 8 measures and then spread it out and start getting, structure to the track. The intro, the body, and the climax and the ending. But yeah, it doesn't. I don't hear it ahead of time. So, and I don't know how I pick the next instrument. I just kind of play around, and if it sounds right, it'll stick. Or I say, well, this is okay. I'll come back to that, and I'll keep it in and go back and layer another track, and oh, that one sounds all right, and go back and layer another track. So I guess it's like building a house or a structure. Start with a foundation and build on it. So, and sometimes I may think that it's not going to turn out that great, but then I find some instrument that does something that I didn't imagine, and I'm like, you know what, this is really, really now I really like this. And when I really start liking what I'm making, then I go into that I don't know what mode you call it, but you just shut off from the world. You don't eat, you don't sleep. You know what I mean? You got to go
Okay, I got
work
you.
the next day. You're working all night because you just want to get to a certain point because now the creation is there and it's not always there like that. You can play for 2 or 3 hours and not really come up with anything. Sometimes as soon as you touch one instrument, everything falls into place and you don't have to like re-record it a second time or a third time. Everything just comes out right, and you barely use the quantize feature to make everything all beat. It just flows. So it's kind of spontaneous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I have I have a lot of tracks that I made over the years, and since they were made imperfectly and recorded imperfectly, I want to do a remake on a lot of them. And what happens is, with my new studio, I never had this, much technology to my disposal. Doing Logic Pro like this, and so now if I remake one of my old tracks, they generally take a totally different turn, and it's far better than the original. And that usually happens pretty quickly. So if I feel like I'm not really creating anything brand new, I can always go back to one of those older tracks that I want to remake, and it seems to remake itself pretty fast and pretty wonderfully. So.
Okay, that sounds good. Nothing wrong with a remix.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. But actually, one of the ones I sent you is a remake. So.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
the ones you sent me were just amazing. I really like them, because I like to screen the music of the artist, and if my children like it, then guess what? It's a hit.
Okay.
They are very critical.
Yeah. Oh, that's blunt. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that.
In a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah, that's real good. Well, at least you know you're on the right track.
Right, yeah. Well, I figured I had something because I've experienced it myself. Children tend to like my music. They tend to dance, just get up and dance. And, the parents say, wow, they never danced like this before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
That's how you know you doing what you need to do when it comes to music. Because just like you said, they're very pure and honest. If they don't like it, they're not gonna like it, and they're not gonna pretend to like it.
Right.
Yeah, they're not gonna pretend to like it. Amazing. So, when it comes to the instruments and the sound of when you're making your music, what do you think your signature sound is when it comes to instrument sound that's on the keyboard? What instrument do you tend to use more, and that you feel very comfortable making an instrumental out of?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Well, is there any? If not, there's not any. But is there
I have
particular?
There's a melody I do, and it involves usually two notes, a whole note and a half note.
Okay.
They kind of dance with each other, and
nice.
Over time, that's in a lot of songs I have. So my brother identified it as my signature. Yeah, and so it's actually in some of these newer tracks that I did. Yeah, it's a tune that is like I haven't taken piano lessons yet, so I'm just going to use 1 and 2 for example. It's like 1 2 1 1 2, that kind of tune, like that kind of melody.
Okay.
Melody. And I do that in a lot of different tracks that don't sound similar at all, but somehow I'll find a way to put it in there. I don't like intentionally. Yeah.
You'll be amazed that sometimes the simple chords really works when it comes to sonically making a song like really memorable. Because a lot of times, we can use. I'm with me sometimes, because I play and sometimes I use different chords and different ways of transitioning chord progression. I got to say it the right way. Or somebody like, did you really say that, Dion? But chord progressions, and and I use them, and they're like, oh, nice. But then there's one song that I would do, like I play, and it'll be, it would be like, very choppy. Maybe even staccato, maybe, and people like that more.
Yeah.
because when I was in college, I was listening to foreplay, um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of not Miles Davis, Najee, a lot of music back in those days had a lot of intricate chord progressions. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like that today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still try to catch myself to play them like I used to play them, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, uh, but just like you say, it's mostly to your ear,
Mm-hmm.
because you can use a lot of chord progressions in your music and a lot of changes and stuff like that. But if it don't mesh together, it sounds like you're doing something difficult, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. mm, it doesn't hit you. It doesn't move your soul, your heart and soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that I'm older, I'm like looking for music that would do that more than saying, "Wow, this person playing this chord progression." Um, like Isaac Hayes, like his stuff
Mm-hmm.
that he plays. It's just Isaac is just he's all over the place, but it sounds so good,
Mm-hmm.
But you know, but when it comes to Isaac Hayes music, he's masterful in it, So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but I love to hear it
Yeah.
because a lot of Dr. Dre took some of his chords from
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Hayes. I don't know why he don't give him a shout out. You always talking about, shout out to the funk. But what
Mm-hmm.
about Isaac Hayes? Because I hear a lot of Isaac Hayes in Dr. Dre stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't I regress. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, and speaking of that, do you like the old school artists like Isaac Hayes and
Yes,
um,
I do.
the Funk Brothers from the Motown and stuff
Mm-hmm.
of that nature? Do you like that? You listen to them? And Norman Clark.
Yeah, like their hits. Yeah, I like the hits. Yeah, definitely do. And anything
Yeah,
that's very musical.
this the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean even the things that James Brown, excuse me,
Yeah.
the things that James Brown would do. Um,
Right.
the beats, messing with the beats,
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2, 1/4 of the beat, 1/3 of the beat. It's
Right.
amazing how they do that, and
Yeah.
I still listen to it and study it, like how they do that, how
Uh-huh.
they make the beat resonate in your soul. It's amazing what they did with the
Mm-hmm.
technology they didn't have, stuff that we can do
Right.
now. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, we have to use
but I
features to
still,
get what they did. Yeah.
yeah,
They did it all with an actual instrument, right?
yeah,
We use
yeah,
in software to do the same thing.
yeah. Oh, definitely you could do it with the software. It's easier, it's so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like live music. I do like playing. I
Yeah.
like acoustic music and stuff of that nature. Um, I have an eclectic ear when it comes to music. I just like
Mm-hmm.
it. If it sounds good, it's good. Like there's some
Yeah.
country music that sounds so good.
Yep.
People go, "Oh, this country," but it sounds good. It sonically is right. I don't look
Like
at the
what's that
genre like
one?
it's sonically it's right.
What about
And there's some
what,
country, huh?
got a title? The Devil Went
Yeah.
Down to Georgia. That's a good one. I love that track.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, music is music, but just like I said, it's very powerful, and
You
the
heard
ones
that
who
one?
use it must know its power and what it can do,
Mm.
and is going to be responsible for the wielding of that power. You know,
That's right.
But
You
that's
heard that
just
track?
amazing, man.
You heard that song? The devil went down to Georgia.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's oh wow. Yeah, a lot of the blues stuff is amazing too. People's like, well, it's only one chord, but a lot of the people that play that blues is um, it's not just one chord. I know there's a bluesy chord, but a lot of them, right of the greats, they have some intricate chord progressions in doing it too. I know there's a da 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 da, no, no, but there's some people who are great musicians playing the blues who knew how to play.
Yeah.
So I think it's where you want to take your music and how well you really want to make it to where you feel comfortable that it's good. It's hard to judge music, because we only have 2 ears,
Right.
and we only have one heart. We have 2 ears and one heart, and a lot of times that's how we judge the music. And a lot of people say, well, the music is not that good, and you might be right.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we are judging music on how we feel emotionally, and that's the thing. And so when you can grab people's emotions, that's a powerful thing. Yeah. So that's how it is, Mr. James Brown.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So that's good. And you said before that you was going to take more lessons. And I think when it comes to music, you can never learn enough.
Right.
Like I went to school for music, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Right.
It's something, and I think it's a beautiful thing because it's so vast. Music is so vast. So therefore, it's so vast that you're always going to be learning how to make it and how to understand it. Because I think a lot of people, they can make music, but they don't really understand the dynamics of music. And I think there should be a good symbiosis of both understanding it and making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am.
Yeah.
But this is what I feel as an artist, and I try to convey that message to the artist that I'm dealing with, because of course I'm in the entertainment business, so I deal with a lot of artists. But I want them to also be authentic with their music. It's okay to be trendy, but you can be trendy and authentic too.
That's one thing.
You can do something where,
I find myself not able to be trendy. I just make my tracks and I just can't. I can't. Like people say, do it this way, do it that way. Like I could try, but I'm just kind of stuck the way I do it. I think my music's always going to be kind of odd or different, and that's okay, right?
But that is a true artist. Yeah, that's a true artist, though. Yeah, that's a true artist. You do it your way and how you feel,
Yeah.
But I know there's some people who would try to copy somebody else verbatim, and every intricate way they try to copy this artist. I understand sometimes we unsure of ourselves and we want people to accept us and accept our music, because accept this art that we love. But if you're not true to yourself, if you don't understand the true nature of music, and if you don't understand the music and you don't understand the emotions that go behind it and the power that you have, then what is it? Are you just a monkey see, a monkey do? So the gift that you have, only you can give that gift. You know, I can't mimic other people's gift and give it to you.
Well,
So,
I think there's a place for people to mimic that. I think there's a place for people who copy. I think there's a place for copycats, though. I think so.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's called Kinko's and Staples. You know,
but,
people like to copy. It's called work at Kinko's and Staples.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I used to always be judgmental. You know, I used to be judgmental on people's music so much, but I stopped doing that on this. The reason why I stopped doing it so much is because that is what they think. This is how they feel, and I would never be desensitized to a person on how they feel, because I'm very in tune. I can say for myself with people, and I try to talk to them, and I want them to feel me, and I want to feel them. You know, so I understand that, but you can tell when a person didn't put anything in their music, and it's like, you know, you're just doing it because somebody else is doing it, or you want to hopefully be this type of person by making this type of music. So it's really not you. And you can tell when a person's music is really not them. It doesn't. I don't feel it. A lot of times I don't feel it. You know.
But you know, sometimes people may sing a song better than the artist does, right? That's happened before.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
What do you do with that?
It happens a lot. Yeah. Right.
What are you supposed to do with that?
And it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, but I think they're gonna give an acknowledgement to the creator, though, to the person who made the music. A matter of fact, a lot of times the people who copy the music are probably sound better because they have more time to practice it and just study every inflection, and the inflection they don't want, that maybe is not desirable, they would do it. It makes the song sound better. Then some people just butcher the song, you know. The song sounds terrible. So we have those two dichotomies when it comes to the music era, you know, music business and entertainment, because we have those type of people. But I mean, it all is a part of music. The good, the bad, the indifferent, the ugly. It's all a part of what we do. You know, I mean, some people make money off criticizing music. It's part of the music industry. You know, and some people don't. You know, we have platforms for music. You know, it's all a part of the music industry. Whether they're making it or they interviewing musicians and artists or they putting them on the platforms, it's all a part of the music industry. And I had to learn that people are going to have their places within this industry, but you respect everything that is given, and you got to understand that they're coming from a point where, hey, this is what they feel is needed to them. Now, I don't have to accept it, but I can respect it, you know. Because if I don't like it, I don't like it. But I can respect the artist who goes in the studio, who take out time in the day, maybe 8 hours or more, to give me something to listen to. You got to respect that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these artists work so hard, you know, so I respect it, even if I don't like it sonically, you know.
Yeah.
You got to respect that, so. But I like your music, though.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I really do.
I put some work in there to some of the tracks.
Yeah, I know you did. It sounds like it. It sounds like you put some good.
Go back over and over and over. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very soothing. I like it. And, just keep on doing your thing. Keep on doing your thing. We're gonna keep in touch with each other. Yeah, keep in touch with each other and see how you're doing in your music, because we like to do that here. On our platform, we like to have these artists to grow and to understand that what they're doing is very important. This is your calling. This is not a hobby. This is what you was called to do. Because you put all these hours into doing what you're doing. So there is a place in this world for your music to flourish and thrive. Because that gift was given into you. And I just want to say this too. This is Rhythm and Poetry. And Rhythm and Poetry would like to give you time to talk to the audience and tell them where they can find your music or find you on social media. You never know, they may want to do some business with you. So I'll give you this.
All right.
Mr. James.
Okay. Well, you can contact Dion as the middleman for now, but I'll get that updated as soon as possible. Right now, I don't have any music out on any platform. So that's where we're at right now.
Well, okay. Well, we're going to help Mr. James Brown, right, Mr. James Brown? So you get all your social media and marketing together, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you can contact me. You can contact me as well, and we're going to, when you contact me, then I get you in touch with Mr. James Brown, and we can understand each other and, figure out what we're going to do when it comes to when you want to work with Mr. James Brown, because he got some great music, and I'm happy
I didn't want to say
to have him on the show and have.
Yeah, I did want to say
I'm just happy to have him on the show.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so poets, motivational speakers, rappers, singers, content creators. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to collaborate. Even other instrumentalists. We can combine instrumental ideas. I'm open to all of that. Definitely, it would be very fun.
Yep. So, on that note, thank you, Mr. James Brown, and we thankful for you all that's listening to. You're welcome to Rhythm and Poetry, our first show of 2024. So, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more where you heard this from, and you have a blessed night.